All right, back at it working on the Z1 project. Almost at a good stopping point. I got a few more little details I'm going to finish up tonight, but I've got the exhaust on it. Like I said, doesn't look perfect, but looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's a roughly like a 1983 Kirker. Does clear the center stand, which is awesome. I do have a bracket coming for this side to mount from this point here. Show you guys. So what it is the bracket that goes from right here down to about right here for when the center stand comes up, that it won't hit the chain. So I've got that. I've still got to come up with a stop for the actual kickstand. But overall, I mean, I'm at a pretty decent stopping point. As far as starting the bike goes, in theory, I could just fill the float bowls, the carburetors, through the two lines with some gas. At that point, it's ready to start. So I'm not going to do that because I have the cylinders oiled and it's good for setting for a few months the way it is. Or if I fire it up, I'm going to want to get into it more, so I'm going to want to start tinkering on other things and just kind of going down a whole rabbit hole. So I'm just not going to start that. And the engine's at a good stopping point. So I'm just going to leave it right there as far as the engine goes. When we pick back up on it, I'll fire it up. The other thing, I was talking to my buddy Josh today, and he's going to be helping out with the paint on the bike, so that's super exciting. But he inspired me to look more for the original Candy Tone green paint. For at least we can try to mix some paint off of the original paint. So that right there is original 1974 green Candy Tone paint. What I was able to do is heat up the original decals and remove them, and underneath is that original Candy Tone green paint. It's kind of hard to get a good feel on the color underneath this light, but it definitely has a lot of gold in it, and it's hard to see all the green when it's inside like this, but that's pretty cool. Might be able to get a paint code off of, taking a sample, or not quite sure how they do that, to be honest, but pretty cool to see the original. This still has some sticker residue on it. This one here is pretty clean. But no, I just thought that was pretty awesome to see that original paint. That's never been touched, obviously. That's the original sticker being removed. So that'll at least give us a good reference to go off of, if nothing else. But I was pretty excited to see that. I'm glad he inspired me to look more for that. I knew there was a little bit underneath here. I had pulled this off, and you could see a little bit of the original paint underneath that grommet. But this is a much bigger area here. So hopefully we'll be able to paint match something off that. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be a good reference for us. But yeah, the bike's coming along pretty good. I got the grips on. Brakes are all bled. Front is all bled. Rear's all adjusted. Brake switches all work, front and rear. Turn signals, running lights. Or actually, there really isn't any running lights other than the tail light. Yeah, so everything's going pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, the PO switch. So I did look into that a little bit more, and I'm actually going to be working on that tonight. It looks like in the American models, there was no difference between PO and on. So I'm going to look into that. I might wire the front lights to be marker lights in the PO position. Haven't decided yet, but I'm going to look into that a little bit more tonight. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys kind of an update of what this is looking like and how the progress is going. If you guys have any comments, feel free to comment with any questions. Just wanted to show you guys kind of, like I said, what we've done and the progress we've made. There's a lot of original parts still on this bike, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to overload it with a bunch of aftermarket stuff because you kind of lose what the bike originally was at that point. It almost loses its identity, if you will. So this still has a lot of original parts on it, and we'll continue to get this thing finished up over the next couple months. Don't forget to like and subscribe.